Yo, 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 welcome back to another Friday night live soul to soul podcast that we do every single Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm glad to be back, man. I've been putting out some content. Hope you guys checked out a lot of the videos that I dropped this week. I've also been off from work this week, so gave me a little bit of extra time to do some videos. But my whole week's been busy, busy. I didn't do any kind of raffles or nothing for those A Ma Maniere threes for a couple of reasons. One, I was kind of busy and I was just kind of like thinking, I don't know, we'll get them later if I want them. But I'll be honest, and I've said this before on, I don't know, maybe a few of these live streams that I'm not the biggest fan of this one. I'm just not. Um, there's that other one, supposedly the Burgundy Crush. It's like more of a white color. I'm not seeing that dropping. I don't know. I see it for sale on the secondary market. I know that for a whole bunch of money. So I don't know what's going on with that release. But we are going to see the official release of that A Ma Maniere Air Jordan 3 over the next couple of days, basically. And I'm on the fence, man. Like, I don't know if I'm going to pick it up or not. But I mean, people are saying that it's really, really nice, man. Materials are good, and it's been kind of dry. It's been kind of dry as far as like great, like hype kind of releases. And so, started thinking like, because there's a part of me that still wants to pick it up because I love A Ma Maniere, man. I love what they do, and it's not that I don't like the shoe all the way around. It's not like I think it's horrible or anything. I'm just not like wowed by it, It's just I don't know, you know what I mean? Don't really know how I feel about it, but I think like if I got it in hand, I probably would like it. So I'm on the fence right now. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, but with it being as slow as it has been, and us not really seeing like I don't remember when the last like hype. What was the last hype release? I can't even. I don't know. I'm not really even sure. I can't remember what the last one was. Maybe Travis Scott or something. Air Jordan 4 Military Blues. I don't know, man. I can't even think of what like the last like big release was. Um, but do you think when it comes to this A Ma Maniere 3, like you think people are really, I guess, like into the sneaker? Or is it just because you haven't copped a sneaker in a while, there hasn't been a big release in a while? Like makes you wonder, like, like what is it? But next month we're getting A Ma Maniere Air Jordan 4, and I've actually come around on that one. At first I didn't really like it, but the more I see it, man, the more I actually like that one. I think I like it better than the original A Ma Maniere Air Jordan 4 that they released like 2 years ago. So I'm looking forward to that one. And what else we got? Tomorrow we have the Air Jordan 11 diffused blue, Air Jordan 11 low, excuse me, diffused blue officially releasing. Let me know if you guys are interested in that at all, if you're picking that up. It's a cool color. Air Jordan 11s are great for the summer. We are coming towards the end of the summer though, so I don't know. I think that sneaker might sit, probably going to sit, just like a lot of other releases. But let's see who we got in the chat, man. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Hey, before I start reading the chat, couple of things. Make sure that you guys sign up for our Discord. I know a lot of you guys are already in the Discord and everything like that, but make sure you guys join up. It's totally, totally free. It doesn't cost anything. So if you're watching this right now, we're gonna get a link, and I'll put it in the chat. Or if you're watching it on playback, I'll try to remember to pin it to the top of the comment section. And so if you're watching it later on, like after the live is over, you guys can still go ahead and join the free Discord. Also, man, we got a ton of subscribers yesterday. A ton. I think we got like almost like 80 or 90 subscribers. We're like almost at 14.5K. I think we're 12 away from 14.5, which means we're like 500 and a little change away from 15,000. And at 15,000, I'm doing a giveaway for you guys on one of these live streams where I'm going to be giving away a sneaker to one of you guys. If you've been here before, we do like a little randomizer thing, and you put in a word that I pick or whatever, and It just randomly selects someone, and I'm giving away any sneaker you want, any size, and up to $500 in value. So, I will buy you a sneaker in your size, whatever you want, up to $500. So we're getting really close to that. So my vids, man, share those out. This live stream, any of the live stream, just share them out, man. Share them out. It really helps to put more eyes on the channel and stuff like that. And as soon as we hit that 15K, I'm gonna run that giveaway. Also in the description box below, I got links for the channel memberships. I got 2 tiers. I got just a regular tier, which gets you badges, emojis. You get a sneaker next to your name. The sneaker changes the longer that you're a member, right? Like if you see somebody like KB Kicks or Straight Paper Chaser or one of those guys, they have, well, maybe not in the chat because I think they're all mods, so it might be blue for them. But you'll see like they got dope sneakers next to their name. You start out with a Chicago, and then you work your way up, and then you get all the cool emojis and stuff like that, so you can join the channel membership. The other tier is I do member only live streams. A lot of times it's after these streams right here, and it's on YouTube, but it's private, and it's like uncensored, and you guys can even come on the screen if you want and talk, and talk about whatever you want. And so if you want to join the channel membership, links for that for both tiers are in the description box below. One other thing, well, 2 other things. I have links for Rejuvenator, and where you can get a discount on any of their products, and OUTRANK brand if you want to cop some outfits to match your sneakers. You can save some money with that. My discount code or my link will work for saving you that money. So you want to buy any of that stuff, man, save yourself a couple bucks. But yeah, man, so let's get into the chat. Let's see who's all here tonight. Marcus Crown Kick Stevens, yo, my guy. He said, "What's good, family? Who's going outside with me for the A Ma Maniere 3?" Says, "I took a fat L." What's another thing that I seen in Discord, and I think it was Yayo Sosa and a couple other people. I guess EQL is offering like memberships, like where you pay monthly, and I think it was like $4 or $5 a month. And I don't know, so we'll see. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're like Yayo or like one of those guys did it, so I have to check in with them and see like what that's all about. But yeah, those EQL raffles, the only time I've hit on them was for an A Ma Maniere release, and I think what was the last one? The fives, Yeah, I got both 5s off of EQL raffle. But any of the like the Travis Scotts or like anything like that, man, like straight L's all across the board with that. So like I know that they do provide like a good service and stuff like that, but I don't know. I'm not really, I guess, impressed so far with like the reliability of it. But yeah, man, that sucks. I think a lot of people will be able to cop on release day. Another good thing about A Ma Maniere, whenever they do drop, is on their website. If they're botted and people bought the pairs, they'll cancel those orders. So like, but I think it drops at like 11 in the morning or something like that. They'll go back and throw them back on at like noon or 1 o'clock or whatever. So if you initially take an L on release day, just hold off a minute, because they always put pairs back on the site where they think people were copping multiple pairs or botting or something like that. That's one good thing about A Ma Maniere. Like their release process is normally pretty dope, and so I really respect them for that. And it's for things like that as to why I even if I'm not necessarily like feeling one of their Jordan releases, like I'll still go ahead and cop, because I think they do a great job as far as like the quality, the materials of the shoe, a lot of the things that they like, the stories, and I think they do a great job overall. Like I'm a fan of the brand, and I don't like cop the merch or like the shirts and like the outfits and stuff like that, because like I feel like that stuff is kind of and overpriced. But as far as like the sneaker releases go, like they're always fairly smooth and stuff, and they do a good job. So just a little tip for you guys. Straight paper chaser in the building. He said, "Happy Friday, Soul to Soul fam. Hit that sub button, smash that like button on the way in." Facts, my guys. Salute to you. Appreciate you for all the support and all that you do, man. As always. Nubian King says, "Salute, bro. Salute, my guy. Thank you for being here." Retro Rick in the building, my guy. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Hope everything is going well your way, and hope to be in touch soon, man. Hope to be in touch soon. Official Wild Boy SK said, "Yo." He said, "I got the on my dub size 13. I can't believe it." Hey, man, congratulations on that. Congrats. Yeah, like I said, I didn't do any raffles or nothing. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do any of it. Let's see what I do this week. So this week I was off from work. It's my girl's birthday week, so normally like she takes off for my birthday week, and then I take off for hers and stuff like that. So we did some stuff. We got some stuff done around the house. I got new windows. So as you guys see, like most of my sneakers right now are missing from this room because you guys don't ever really see it, but there's a huge window right here, huge window right there, and so like they replaced that. So I had to move a lot of stuff out of here so they could work on replacing the window and all that stuff. But I got a really nice window now. It's like really quiet in here. It's really really nice. But I got windows throughout the whole house, man. It was like a big process. It took 2 days. And that's how you know you're getting old, man. Like you start looking forward to like stuff like windows and new thermostats and like weird stuff for to make your house better. But I painted my porch and I bought a new vehicle. So I've been really really busy. So like the A Ma Maniere raffles was something that like I just really wasn't paying that close attention to this week. But like I said, I'm still on the fence with that one. Still on the fence. But we're gonna talk more about that here in a second. Yeah, he said I heard it's not supposed to drop, just the Air Forces, Converses, fours, and the threes. Yeah, so they have the While You Were Sleeping series, which is all my threes are part of that. And yeah, but like I don't know, but if you go on like Goat and StockX and stuff like right now, like they do have it for sale. I mean, they want like 2 bands for it, but they have them on there. So like I don't know, man. I don't know. It makes you wonder, right? Makes you wonder what makes you wonder. Derek Dynasty. I don't need the three since the black cements are coming out. That was kind of my thought originally too. Like, do you need both? Do you need the Alma threes and the black cements? Because for me, the black cement is the better sneaker. Fits my personality more. It's definitely that. See, I've never had that. I've never had the black cement three, and I don't know why I don't have it. Like, I can't sit here and tell you because I could have afforded it in 2018. I mean, I just don't know why I didn't get it. I can't explain to you why. Previous releases to that, maybe I wasn't in a good financial state or something, and that's maybe why I didn't buy it. But 2018 when that came out, yeah, I could have bought it. I just didn't. I can't tell you why I didn't. But that's still gonna be a double up like sneaker for me, and I don't know. I don't know that I need both. But like I said, I mean, like I haven't copped a sneaker in a minute. Like there hasn't been like a big release in a while. So it's like do I want to get the A Ma Maniere? Do I not want to get the A Ma Maniere? Like, are we only excited for it because it's been a minute and it's dry? Or is it because it's dope? Is it one of the better releases of 2024? Frank Miller, do you think I should cancel the rest of my raffles since I hit, or do you think it could be some resale money? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like my gut tells me that there will be like it'll be worth something. Like it should be worth a little bit of money. It's a dope, design that got the writing in there while you were sleeping. Like it's a dope shoe. The other Alma threes go for a lot of money. Well, not a lot of money, but like they go for a decent amount of money. Let's just face it, that's a lot of money. It's like 4, 5, $600 depending on the size or whatever. But that's a lot of money for a shoe. Nowadays, man, like I hate to tell you that, yeah, it's gonna be, you know what I mean? Because I don't know. With everything the way that the economy's been, and and everything like that. Like it's hard for me to sit here and tell you like 100% they definitely will be, because a lot of A Ma Manières really aren't really worth a lot of money or worth any money. The ones don't go for nothing. The twos don't go for nothing. The fours, they go for a decent amount, but those drop dramatically from where they initially once were. Those 12s are basically free out on the secondary market. The fives, the Dawn pair doesn't go for that much. The black pair goes for a tiny bit more. Um, there's not really like a whole lot of money to be made there. Um, maybe initially, once like the initial release gets off and you get them. But the problem with A Ma Maniere too is like you wait forever for that to come. I mean, it's going to take 2-3 weeks for that sneaker to come from them, you know. So by then, and this is something that always happens, is like you'll hit on A Ma Maniere's website and you don't see it on Sneakers app, right? Because they do their release first, and then they tell you it's going to be 2 to 3 weeks for shipping, and in the middle of that, right, they go onto the Sneakers app and they release probably not as many pairs, but then like I've hit on the Sneakers app for an A Ma Maniere, and I hit on the A Ma Maniere website and I've gotten the Sneakers app pair first, and it kind of sucks because you also pay that shipping through A Ma Maniere and stuff like that. So it's like, but right now, I mean, I don't think they're on the Sneakers app. So, but as far as money goes, man, like I think initially, like you probably be able to make a couple of bucks on it. But I don't know. If it was me, I really wouldn't mess with it. Um, when it comes to the A Ma threes, I think we will still look to the original threes as like that it's sneaker. And I don't think the sneaker will ever get to where that is, if that makes any sense, or if that helps you in any way. I hope so, but that's just my 2 cents. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna take a harder look at it once we get to the release day and stuff, and I'll make like a better prediction as far as like numbers go. But it's really tough to tell nowadays, man. It's really, really tough. PJ Mav said the other A Ma Maniere's collection better than the threes. Hmm. Hmm. See, me, I'm a Jordan dude, so like those other ones that they're releasing, I don't care about. I'll just keep it 100. Like that whole collection, besides like the Jordan 3 and the Jordan 4, yeah, I don't care about them. And like, I'm not one of those people that like, oh, this one's going for $100 over. Like, so now I like what I like. You know what I mean? If it's worth money, cool. If it's not, like, cool. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. Like I said, like I'm mainly a Jordan dude. So them other ones, like, I'll sleep in that day. Save money on that. Berg77 in the house said happy happy Friday, fam. Hope everyone had a great week. Special Teresa, what's up? How you doing? Said hey. Tony's Fade said fire size 10. So you got a size 10W? That's what's up. Lowrider67 said, what's good, Mr. Myers? You was able to get my first Regal Discord raffle W for the A Ma Maniere threes. Oh, cool, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I seen that they did a Discord raffle because everybody in our Discord was talking about it and telling people to go do it and stuff like that. But hey, man, that's what's up. That's what's up. Congratulations. PJ said there's going to be a lot of pairs of the threes like the fives. Yeah, I mean, normally when it comes to the A Ma releases, like they're pretty normally hefty. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've hit on that A Ma website quite a few times for what I get. Did I get the? I got the. I know I got the fours. I can't remember if I hit on them on sneakers or their website. I think it was. I think it was the A Ma website actually. It was the A Ma website. I got the fours. I got the fives. Both fives. Yeah, I mean, and there's always a decent amount of pairs. Like I can't remember. I think the only one that was kind of like limited and tough to get was the original 3 release. If you guys remember, like I know we look at that Jordan 1 now, like people don't like it, but that Jordan 1 that they released back then, That was hard to get. I took an L on that. I took an L on the website. I took an L on the raffles. I took an L on Sneakers app, and that one wasn't easy to get. That one was not easy to get. All the other ones were fairly, you know what I mean? If you did a little bit of work, you did the raffles, were right on time on the website and stuff like that. Um, you're probably going to be able to get the shoe. Like, I don't see this being like a super, super, super tough one to get. Obviously, not everybody's going to get it, right? Because, there's only so many pairs, but normally, like, they do have a good amount of stock of these things. So, you know, I really wouldn't sweat it too much if you took an L on a raffle, because you probably will be able to get it on Alma's website or something like that. So, most of the time, everybody that I know that wants them, they hit one way or the other for it. So, yeah. Lifter CB, formerly known as Sledge, what's good, my guy? Hey, and thanks for everything you're doing in the Discord, bro. Like, I appreciate that, man. I see you. You know what I mean? Salvador. Say what's up, everybody. What's good? Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, bro. ADG. I love EQL raffles. I always hit them. People complain about the $5, but who will pay for the bot protection otherwise? Can't have it both ways. Originally I wasn't a fan of the EQL at all. Like whenever they just first came onto this, like the scene, because like I remember before they were like doing like the Almas. I think they did. I think it was. I want to say it was Undefeated or like one of those websites. And because whenever they started doing the Alma raffles, I already had a login, so like I know I used it for something, and I'm pretty sure it was Undefeated. And then when they originally did it, there wasn't like a fee attached to it that I remember. I just because I would have remembered like the fee or whatever. And then with the A Ma Maniere releases, like then they said that there was going to be like that $5 fee, but I don't necessarily think it's like a $5 fee every time. It just depends on the amount of the item. So I mean, if it was something more expensive, it would be more than $5. If it was so on and so forth, vice versa. But the bot protection thing, like people still bought, but it's nowhere near like it once was. A lot of those people left the game because there's no money to be made in sneakers right now. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you botted 30 pairs of A Ma Manieres, right? And after you pay, was it 225 and then $25 shipping and then tax if you have tax in your state? I mean, where are you at? 260, $270, right? That's a three. Let's say that shoe is a $300 shoe. So you're gonna make $30, but then you have to pay fees to sell on those, Goat, StockX. You know what I mean? So like you're making $20, and to buy proxies and to do all the things that they need, the VPN blockers and like all that weird stuff that people do. You know what I mean? Like it's really not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like unless you're botting the whole entire thing, which not many people have that capability to do. You know what I mean? Like I don't necessarily feel like botting is like a major problem. The way it once was. I'm not saying that there's not people still out there doing it because obviously they are. Like, but like people are botting like concert tickets now. Um, like like remember the PlayStations? People were botting those and things, and it seems like a lot of people that were in this sneaker space that were here to just take from it, for lack of a better term or whatever. It seemed like they kind of moved on for right now. I'm not saying that they won't be back, bro, because next year I think is going to be a very telling year to see like really what happens in the sneaker community, because there's going to be a lot of dope releases. They're expected to cut stock on that, so we're going to be seeing Shatter Backboards release. They're not going to be releasing 400,000 pairs of them. Still probably be a decent amount, but like like what's really going to happen? Interest rates are supposed to start being cut next month and into 2025, interest rates are going to come down, so the economy is going to pick back up. Things are going to be a little bit different. You're going to see sneakers increase in price. So are those people going to come back? You know, like those are all things that I think that's an interesting backstory for 2025 when we get there, because like we're coming out of like an economic downturn. Hopefully things are better, for 2025 as far as the economy goes, and that's gonna trickle down to everything else. But right now in August of 2024, like I'm not worried about losing a sneaker to a botter. You know what I mean? All the ones that are tough to get are always tough to get. If it's a Travis Scott, that's always going to be hard to get or almost damn near impossible. Um, but I don't, I don't necessarily know that it's a problem the same way it once was. I remember I couldn't even. You remember Foot Locker's website 4 years ago, 5 years ago now, or whatever, 3 years ago? That site was like the worst. All them sites were so bad with botting, so bad. Like you couldn't even like use the site at all. It would just freeze up on you because they had that Foot Locker website in a chokehold. You know what I mean? And that's why like they don't even get the sneakers that they once did from Nike and Jordan brand, because real people actually never touched those shoes, you know? And that hurt their brand, it hurt their store. But they never did anything for bot protection. They just opened the floodgate and would just let everybody take whatever they wanted, But and that's why, and like I said, that's why I like A Ma Maniere as much as I do, because even in the midst of that, where people were literally just coming in and taking the whole entire stock of something, the A Ma Maniere process like seemed to work. Like I used to say in my videos, like, why doesn't a lot of these companies adopt what A Ma Maniere is doing? So getting back to my original point about EQL, when I first started seeing that pop up, I really wasn't that much of a fan of it, but like I gave it a chance because like I was like, hey, like if A Ma Maniere's using it, like there has to be a reason. And so, and you take the good with the bad and things like that. I mean, it's never going to be perfect, even if you look at like a store like A Ma Maniere and APB and social status, like they're all the same company, right? So you gotta think like somebody's doing the raffle at A Ma Maniere, social status, APB, like all this stuff, to get the same shoe, and like EQL has to figure out who gets it, whatever. Like I don't know what their process is. I don't know what their algorithms like. I don't know. All I know is that the only time I get any W's through EQL, it's A Ma Maniere. Anything else, I don't. But let me know if you guys, have gotten EQL W's, at other stores for other releases and stuff like that, because I have not. Super K in the building. What's good, bro? CMC, what up? What up? Did the results already go out? For quite a few of them, yes. Ohio, 1986. Hope everyone's having a blessed Friday evening so far. Same to you, man. We already read that. ADG said, got my Discord W 11.5. Get to relax on Tuesday now. Hey, congrats, man. Congrats. Marcus, James, you came social status with me for these threes, bro. I got work on Tuesday, my guy. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would like if I was off, but I'm not, and I have to work. I have to work, so I will not. But, I hope you get them, and I hope you have a good time. Marcus is a Pittsburgh guy, for those of you guys that don't know. But yeah, bro, like I appreciate it, man. Like I would love to sit there and chill with you, and you know what I mean. Like that would be so dope. But I have to work, man. Ohio said, shout out to you, James, on the Lost and Found and Reimagined threes tip. Yeah, man, I dropped that video yesterday. That video blew up, man. I really didn't think that video was gonna I didn't really think that video was gonna do what it did. That's crazy. It's got over six. It's got almost 6.3K views since last night or yesterday or whatever I dropped that. But yeah, man, yeah, I'm telling you, I think both of those shoes are gonna go up. If you haven't checked that video out, definitely check out my last video that I dropped yesterday. I talk about two Air Jordans that I think are gonna go up in price, and I explain why I think they're gonna go up in price pretty soon. So definitely go check out that video. But man, shout out to you, man. The Alma Air Max 1985s are too clean. I'm not even a fan of the Max 95s. Um, I saw them though. Like they're not bad. It's just I don't like 95s. I just don't. Ice E said, "Yo, what's good? What's up, man?" I canceled all my raffles because I just need my personal pair. I don't expect them to hit like exactly. I agree. I think initially like they'll be worth something, for people. Then people like were trying to get it, they maybe like took a L or something. But like in the long run, like I don't know. I mean, I'm not like I said. We'll see. I have to take a closer look at it. I'll probably make a video about that, like maybe like Monday or something. I'm low balling the Alma threes in 2 months. Joshua Johnson. I need the 95s and Air Force One low. Hopefully, they'll drop that 95 he was wearing. I'll wait on the black cement threes. Don't need both. They ship on Tuesday if you hit on Discord. Hey, we'll see. Every time I hit from there, every time I hit from A Ma Maniere, like it wasn't from the Discord though, but anytime I hit from A Ma Maniere, man, like I was waiting. I was waiting, man. I was waiting. Sosa said, "Ayo, big dub on the Alma Discord. Didn't see that coming." Hey, man, you get everything, bro. You get everything. Come hell or high water, retail or resale. Yayo Sosa gets the shoe. But congrats, man. I canceled my raffle even though I was only trying for one. Dominic Pacheco said, "I'm going to pass on the Alma threes, being super selective for the Heat coming next year. Rather double up on the black cement threes." Hey, I respect that, man. Like that's kind of how I'm feeling. That's kind of how I'm feeling. Like I'm not saying that I'm not going to get it, but like like I said last week on the live and in the videos, it's like you have to start. I mean, we have to make tough decisions now. Like, you want White Thunders? Do you want Jordan 4 Fears? It's a similar shoe. Do you need both? I don't know. You know what I mean? That's something that I guess like only you can answer. Um, but yeah, I mean that's a good assessment. It's like we looked at 2025. We looked at all the releases that were coming. I did a mock breakdown of if you only buy 10 shoes. I mean that's 10 what $2,000. You know what I mean? You buy 20. There's four. There's a lot of releases. There's a ton of releases and you know, and even at the back half of 2024, then going right immediately into 2025, they're dropping banger after banger after banger after banger after banger. Like there's no real quit. You know what I mean? So these months here, where it's August, July, August, maybe a little bit in September, because only a handful of releases that are like probably worth copping. You got to ask yourself: do you need do you need black cement threes and the almond and the almond three? Do you need both? Because the almond is going to cost you $250. Black cement threes are going to cost you what is it, $220? I mean that's like $500 right there for two shoes. I mean that's what I get what you're saying, man, and like I respect it, and that's a valid point, and I think people really need to start thinking more like that. Which is kind of where I'm at. But then at the same time, like, it's tough, man. It's tough. Like, we're not able, like, nobody's able to cop every shoe. It's just too expensive. Um, if they lowered some of these prices, I mean, they're never going to, but like, if they lowered some of these prices, like, it would be more affordable for us to cop more shoes. You know what I mean? Like, and we really would. You wouldn't see all these sneakers sitting the same way that they once did. Because like they'll release them for 200, nobody will buy them. Then they'll hit you with that coupon code, and you'll get 30% off. And then all of a sudden, like they're no longer on the app. You know what I'm saying? It's like people will pay 160, 170 for a $200 shoe. But like they're not just gonna come out and pay $200. You know what I'm saying? But like it's just, but these collabs, man, the collabs always kind of move. You know what I mean? So like they're not ever gonna like that. But like I said, man, it's a valid point, bro. Passing on them, I'm kind of there with you. Like if I don't get them for some reason, I'm not gonna be mad about it. That Black Cement 3 though, that Black Cement 3 is, I'm getting that no matter what. No matter what, 2 pair. No matter what. So I feel you, bro. ADG said, I just need my Kobe 9 Halo lows. Crazy heat. Yeah, I saw that. The highs are, I don't like the highs. I don't like the highs is not for me, but those lows are fire. Those lows are fire. I don't know that I'm going to buy them, but I like them a lot. I like them a lot. Married to Designer said the A Ma Maniere and Easy Pass Black Cement 3s needed. We just touched upon that, man. But yeah, I hear you, bro. Neil Kinman. He said, peace, love, and sneakers, y'all. Shout out to Neil Kinman in the building. Average sneaker guy. He said, I just went to Alma 39s. Average, bro. Soul Priority. Yo, here to support my guy. Hey, man. Shout out to Soul Priority in the building, man. Appreciate you for swinging through, man. Hope you're doing well. We need to link up soon, bro. Chung Kicks 84, man. Not worth it. Not worth it. Hey, what's up, bro? Love Life 23 said, I entered the raffle. I need a nice black sneaker that has a little something extra. Hate the price, but I like the product. I hope you get them. I hope you get them. Primo 87, channel member in the building, said, can't afford the Alma 3s and the black cements. I'm hearing a lot of that, man. Hearing a lot of that. But it's true. You know what I mean? Like, it's true. Like, do you need both? Do you need both? It's a good question. G-Dragons, Peace -1, Nike Air Force One, Paranoise 3.0 releasing in September. I'm copping these. Okay. Yeah, you said, got my invite to EQL. Hope they hook me up. Yeah, I saw that, man. I was talking about it at the beginning of the stream that like they offered you a membership. I don't know if it's like, did they just offer that to you or just a few people? Is that what that was? Because like I don't know. I don't think you can just sign up for a membership. I'm not exactly sure. Let me know more about that. But I did see it. Was it like $4 and $5 a month or something? People like the appearance of being fair, and that's why I respect A Ma Maniere. The shipping was a disaster on the 5 release, but no one's perfect. Yeah. Iconic Swoosher said, I just got the white A Ma 3s, and I can't wait to unds them. They're so nice. Yeah, that's the best one, man. Anybody interested in the Jordan 1 Halloween Black Cat? I saw that. I don't know. I don't know. I had to see it more, I think. My first thoughts on it, though, was pass. Papa's G said, what about the White Thunders dropping on the 24th? That's a sneaker, that is one that I think that's going to move. I don't know that it's going to sell it immediately. I feel like that's going to have a lot of pairs. Everybody, and there's that's considered the back to school sneaker. You know what I mean? Like that one's going to move. Especially for people that maybe don't get the Alma 3s to have that follow up right behind it. But yeah, I think that release will do well in terms of like moving, but I think there's going to be a ton of those. I think there's going to be a ton of them. So many sneakers coming up, making up for an overall disappointing 2024. Asparagus, SB Dunks, a second Travis Fragment Air Jordan. Well, dude, that yeah, yeah, the Travis Fragment for next year, dude. 2025 is crazy. It's crazy. And he loves the rare Air 3s and 4s. Okay. Super K said, I'm passing on the Thunders and copping the Fears. That's probably what I'm gonna do too, man. Because like the Fears for me is a sneaker I've wanted for years. I've wanted that for years. So I would much rather have the Fear 4, even if I have to overpay. If like for some reason I can't get it, or even getting it early or whatever, even if I had to overpay slightly to get that sneaker, I would still rather have the Fear over the Thunders. Just me though. Courtney Lyle. Just started collecting. I have no Jordan 3s. Should I get both the A Ma 3s and the Black Cement 3s? I like them both. Sigh. I'm going to say, I mean, as somebody's starting out collecting, I don't know. It depends on who, like, what kind of person you are. For me, I'm like more of an OG. Like, I like the OG releases. So for me, the Black Cement 3 is going to take a little bit more higher precedent than that sneaker. And for lack of a better term, if you're more of like a hype beast, and I don't mean that in a negative way, we're all hype beasts in some way. But like if you like more like collabs and things like that, then the Alma is probably the way for you to go. But for me, and it's like I love like the OG original sneakers that originally came out from Jordan Brand. The excuse me, the original sneakers that they released when those come back, like that's something that interests me more. Especially a Black Cement 3, like that's a very very dope, like iconic type of a shoe. But most people nowadays, I don't know if like newer people getting in there might be younger than me or something like that. I don't know that type of thing matters to you. You know what I mean? So it just depends on like who you are. And there's no right or wrong way to go about it. Me, I'm probably older than you, but I like the OG stuff. I like the stuff that Jordan wore. It's just more my type of taste and my flavor. But there's people that buy Supreme stuff. There's people that buy just collabs and all the like the more kind of, I don't know, hype beast type of stuff. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. And I don't mean that in a negative way. A lot of people try to make that sound negative, but that's not what I mean. But whatever's more important to you, whatever kind of collector you want to be. But shout out to you, man, and welcome to the community. Neil Kimmon said Black Cement 3s are only must cop left this year. There's a few for me, man. There's a few for me. But yeah, that's in there. Mr. Abby, salute. Bow. Appreciate you. Ricky vs. the World, Black Cement 3s better than the Alma 3s. Yo said anybody can join. It's a checkbox on top of the EQL website to try to join. Salute. I appreciate that info, man. I don't know if it's worth paying for it monthly though, because like, where are you getting the Alma only drops a couple releases a year. You know what I mean? Where else are you gonna be getting that money out? Like to having a membership, like what else are you really gonna be using that for? I don't know. I don't know if they give you like top priority though. Maybe it's worth it. I'm not sure. Marcus said, I need Alma 3s, Alma 4s, and Alma 95s. Neil Kimmon said, Fear for 4 over the White Thunder for sure. Nitro! High and A, been getting rid of a bunch of sneakers, don't use it anymore. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Jay Veal, what's up, fellas? Tapping in, salute. What up, bro? 60,000 people in the chat, man. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't already, man. I really, really appreciate it. It's free. Support is free, man. Don't cost nothing. So appreciate that. Shout out to Neil Kinman. Shout out to Neil Kinman for gifting a channel membership. Appreciate you, my guy. Always supporting with his time and his wallet. I can't thank you enough, man. You're super dope person, man. I appreciate you. JVL said, James, how's that caddy feeling, my guy? Yo, my new caddy is so nice, bro. So like you ever like do something or get a new car, or, like get a house, like buy a house, or like I don't know, like something, get a new job or something, like some crazy job that you didn't think you, and you just like look at it and you're just like, man, like if you would have told 10-year-old me or whatever, or 15-year-old me or 18-year-old me that like I'd be able to grow up and I'd be able to do the things that I'm doing and afford some of the stuff that I can afford, I would have laughed at you, you know what I mean? But like I've been blessed. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've worked really, really hard to get what I've gotten, but yeah, it's so dope, bro. It's so dope. I spent a lot of money on it, I'll tell you that, but like it's super dope. Like I can't even believe I got that. It's just so nice. My other caddy that I traded in was dope too. It's a little bit older. I had it for a long time, but like that thing was super reliable, man. Like it never died on me. It never like broke on me. Like the only thing I ever did to that was put tires on it, do oil changes, and change the brakes. Like nothing ever broke on that car, man. And I had that car for 10 years. You know what I mean? Like that was, and I spent a lot of money on that one too. Not like I just spent on this caddy or anything, but um, I was kind of sad to see it go. But like, the car's 14, 15 years old, man. It's just a matter of time, But my new one's so nice, man. But thank you for asking. Salvador said, "I'm definitely saving money now. Can't wait for the Fuel 4s. That dude, that's a must for me. That's a must." Black Toes and Black Cat 5s are a must as well. The Black Toes is a reimagined, and it is definitely a sneaker that I'm probably going to pick up. Definitely a sneaker that I'm going to be picking up whenever at jobs. So I like what they did to it. I mean, only thing they really did was add a signature to it and change the wings for that Air Jordan text. But I mean, I don't know. Sometimes that's all you need. You know what I'm saying? So Neil Kimman said Russell Wilson or Justin Fields. I have to go Russell Wilson, man. Russell Wilson is a way better thrower of the football. He's got a Super Bowl. He has the experience. He knows how to actually like play and be a quarterback. And Justin Fields, like I was on live, so I didn't watch the preseason game last week, but I watched the highlights and stuff. And like, was it Justin Fields fumbled like 3 times and got sacked a bunch of times? Justin Fields. I think is it Justin Fields? He's one of the most sacked quarterbacks in like NFL over the last couple of years. And Russell Wilson's in there too. Like, don't get me wrong. But I think with the way that Russell Wilson plays, because he's mobile a little bit, I think we'd be able to protect him. And I think it's better for our team if Russell Wilson is our quarterback. As much as I hate to admit it, we got to go with Russ. Facts. Okay. Emery Black said, so you don't think the black toe reimagines are going to sit because the low black toes are dirt cheap? Yo, first of all, if you don't have those low the black toe Jordan 1 lows, go buy it. Go buy it. Those are probably cheap. And dude, I got 3 pairs and I wear my 1 pair that I've on DS. I wear those literally all the time. They're comfortable. They look great. The materials are nice. I mean, like, if you don't have those, you just don't want them. Do I think that that's going to have any bearing on that Reimagine? Probably not. Probably not. The thing about the Reimagine, and like I said, if you guys haven't watched my video that I made yesterday, go watch it because I talk about the Reimagine series a lot. And the thing about the Reimagine series is that people collect them. They have them all. and they're gonna keep getting them. You know what I mean? They're gonna keep like the black toe. That's gonna sell out because it's a reimagined and because everybody already has the lost and founds, the white cement threes, the Jordan 4 reimagined. Like people like they're collecting them now. It's like what the thing that where A Ma Maniere kind of went wrong is people were doing the same thing with that. They were collecting them all. And I think it was like when the 12 was released, that was when like it kind of and people, sort of broke up the series or whatever and didn't feel like they needed all of them anymore and stuff like that. But those reimagines, like people collect them all, right? And in what was it, the Royals? Like even though people didn't necessarily rock with those heavy, they still bought them. They still bought them because they had the other ones, especially because like they were going for dirt cheap. Like you could get those for like $100 at one point, cheap, cheap. You know what I mean? So that has it going for it. Also, the time of year that sneaker is dropping, I think that that's going to have a big bearing on what it does. Like I don't think that sneaker is going to sit, you know what I mean? Like have we seen a Reimagine really sit though? Besides that Royal? That Royal was the only real dud out of that whole series. But I mean, all the other ones, man, like people interested in them. People were trying to get them in their collection. And what they did with that Reimagine is pretty, with the black toes, it's different, right? Like that one's going to stand out, right? It's got the Air Jordan text on it. It's got a signature on the other side, on the medial side and stuff. So, do I think like you need it if you have black toe? That's a different question. But if you're asking me if I think that people are going to buy it, I do. I do think people are going to buy it. Man, those Alma 3 so far, man, raffle W's left and right. We're able to get a. Were you able? Nah, I didn't even try for him yet, man. I didn't even try for him yet. Would you rate the black Alma 3s? Out of all of them, out of all the Almas, I would have to see him in hand. Like I don't want to just go off of a picture and say it's like the best one or the worst one or in the middle of the pack. Like I'd have to see it in hand before like I could really tell you. Neil Kimmon said, "Agreed. Russ would be awesome. I live near Seattle. I know. Yeah, I mean he's a pro." Andrew, hey James, love the channel. Yeah, those Alma Jordan 3s are definitely a must cop along with the Fear 4s. J Balvin Rio 3s are my favorite cop of the year. They are fire. Hey Andrew, hey, thank you, man. Yeah. I agree with most of what you're saying. B-Boy Stan said, may not be topic of discussion, but one girl unpopular that must re-release is the Jordan 22 basketball leather. I'm not sure what that means. I assume I got an L on the Alma Maniere 3s, didn't get an email. Well, here it goes. This is what's coming out on Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern. They're going to be dropping. And I think another thing is why is all these releases all in women's sizing every time? And that's not a slight to the ladies, not man. Like, but I just like I don't get it. Like every single release is women's sizing. But I mean, not that that's going to stop men from buying it or whatever. But I really wish in 2025 they would just make everything unisex and just be done with it. You know what I mean? But originally, I mean, I did not like this one at all. I was really hoping for that burgundy crush pair. So like my original plan was like, because if you looked at release calendars, they had this one and they had the burgundy crush releasing on the same day. So like my thought process up until recently was, I'm gonna pass on this and I'm gonna get the burgundy crush because like that one, in my opinion, is the better sneaker. But it looks like that's not happening now. I'm not sure what happened there or if that's gonna drop at a later date. I'm not really sure. But originally, like I just was like, thinking like I wasn't gonna buy this one at all and stuff like that. But I mean, it's pretty dope. I mean, if you have any Alma Maniere Air Jordan release. I mean, you're getting that quilted sock liner, you're getting those premium materials. They're gonna have different things on the sneaker. Like I believe it's the insole of the sneaker says while you were sleeping in it. So they give you like these little like I guess little upgrades and little details in the sneaker, which makes their releases really, really good. Their boxes are always nice. The packaging is always on point. They always do have some kind of storyline to them. And that's one thing where I think Jordan Brand really kind of fell off over the past couple of years. They were really struggling to invent new storylines for shoes. Like you remember the bubble gum one where it was an Air Jordan 1 and they had a little piece of bubble gum kind of like infused on the outsole of the sneaker and stuff. Like they were really kind of trying to find storylines for some of the shoes in order to get them to sell. Even like the Oreo 5s, like they we all know it is the Oreo 5. They can't market it that way, so they called them the Moonlight. And I think the sneakers app said something like, Michael Jordan hit a game winning bucket in the Chicago skyline under the full moon. Like, you know what I mean? Like invent these horrible looking, sounding type stories. But one thing that Jordan Brand has always kind of had was the storylines to the sneakers. That's why, Trophy Room is kind of looked at as being some great releases because the backstory is good. You got the trading card, you got the freeze out, and the All Star game, things like that. Like where it not only is the sneaker something that you're interested in, but then like it tells a story. It actually like means something. They can incorporate it in with the packaging and things like that. So that's one area where I really kind of feel like over the past couple of years, Jordan Brand has not really had any kind of like backstory to some of these newer colorways that they've put out. All that they do is they put them on the Nike sneakers app in hopes that people buy them. Like they don't send anything to content creators or anything like that in order to sort of, or even like rappers. I talked about that on the live stream a couple weeks ago. It's like, hey, like make sure like give Jordan 4 oxidized grains to a couple rappers like 4 months before they drop, you know what I mean? And be photographed in them. And, it would make a little bit more hype for the shoot, but they don't do anything anymore. They just kind of got lazy. And in a time where, people don't necessarily need to buy 20, 30, 40 pairs of sneakers a year, you know, if the sneaker is not an OG, if it's not a collab, if it doesn't have a story, if there's no connection to the shoe, people don't buy it. You know what I mean? There is random people out there in the world that are just in the market for a new shoe that will go to Finish Line and pick up a Jordan off of, you know, the rack or whatever and buy it and walk out of the store with it. But for the sneaker community, we have to feel a part of something. We have to feel like there is something deeper than us just giving you money over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. If you're like me and you got a bunch of shoes, you know, eventually you start looking at a sneaker like, yeah, I got I got that Jordan 1 in a similar colorway. I don't need that one. I got that Jordan 6 in that similar colorway. I don't really need that one. But, take the trophy room, Jordan 1 low, for example. We all have black toes. We all have, something like that. But, it told a story. Had a trading card, was based on Michael Jordan's rookie card. And then all of a sudden, people are more interested in getting that shoe because there was a connection. You know what I mean? You felt more connected. But, without that, that's just another red and black and white shoe. You see what I mean? So, when it comes to the almas, I mean, that's something that, they always have. And I'm not saying that every story and every, storyline that they've had has, been better than the original or anything, but they constantly give you something, they don't just slap things together and then just hope that people buy it, so, I mean, you are buying into something where there's, there could be a connection for you when it comes to A Ma Maniere. I'm tired of Alma getting bashed for backdooring, etc. I don't care what they say. I copped every Alma shoe I wanted for retail. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Like, as far as I know, the backdooring thing was other like other products that they had that they couldn't sell, and they were selling it in China or something, and that's what the whole feds thing came into place. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that. I don't even know if that's still a thing. Like, I don't really know, but dude, most of these brands backdoor stuff. I mean, like, I don't know of a brand that doesn't. You know what I mean? Like Nike itself, I don't know that they backdoor, because why do they need to backdoor anything? Like, they literally send it out to different places and different retailers. Like, I mean, they're literally legally backdooring all their stuff to all the retailers. So, like, I mean, backdooring happens. It's just the way it is. Like, I don't know that A Ma Maniere like any worse than anybody else. You know what I mean? Like I said, and like you said, I've been able to get shoes from there. You know, like those fours when those dropped. I mean, we look at them today, like they're all right, but like, yo, when those almost fours came out, it was what, the holiday time. Everybody wanted them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a hype release. But I was able to get them for retail. Spirit Edge. Can you say the name for Travis Trophy Room, etc.? Huh? I don't know what you mean, bro. Did anyone get Discord pairs today? Bro, gold prices just jumped up sky high, $2,500 for the first time in history. I advise invest in some gold. Not a bad idea, man. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. I have investments in like all types of stuff, but I do it all through like my work, and as you guys know, I work in a bank, so um, get you a financial advisor and invest, invest. People take things and run with it, man. Exactly. Most of them backdoor people just bash because it's cool. Some of these places, no, for real though, some of these places are ridiculous with backdooring. Though. Some of these places like backdoor entire releases, and what irks me about that isn't necessarily like the backdooring itself, because like that's always gonna happen. You're never gonna stop that, but it's like they'll still go ahead and like waste everybody's time with the raffle though, and that is what irks me. It's like you're just wasting people's time. You know what I mean? That's why I stopped doing That's why I stopped doing the Flex app, because you could never hit on there, and every time you would enter in for a raffle, they would just take your points. But then you never get the shoe. You would never get the shoe. Everything would always be botted out, and they would just take your points, 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 take your points. So you know what I mean? Like they have like maybe like one shoe that they give out. Let's say it was like a size 10, but then they would have every size up there. So like you're a size 8, you're a size 12, you're putting in all these head starts and all this stuff to try to get a sneaker, and they have one in a size that's not yours. So like it's just things like that would irk me. You know what I mean? But all these boutiques and stuff like that, like the good ones will probably backdoor a couple of pairs. You know what I mean? But there's some places, bro, like they just backdoor like the whole shipment, man. The whole shipment. The whole entire thing. They get 36 pairs, 36 pairs are out on the street. You know, that's just part of the game. Like sneaker game is fun, it's dirty too. You know what I mean? But what are you gonna do? Super K said, yeah, he's gotten every Almond year for retail as well. J Field, that means sneaker price is about to go up soon, like you said, at James. Yeah, man. Like, I'm not saying everything's gonna start going up. Like, it's gonna take a minute. Like, you're gonna see though. Like, when we get to next year, bro. When we get to next year, If those interest rates come down, people are going to be able to borrow money again for cheaper. Like right now, I think like the average like interest rate to borrow money like on a car, I think is like 10%. To borrow money for a car is like 10%. For a mortgage, I think it's like 7.5 to 8%. For a house, that's like double what it used to be. You know what I mean? For a personal loan, bro, dude, it's I think the average is like 12, 13% interest. So some of these rates got to come down. But when those rates come down, so are the CD rates. So like people right now are getting like 5.5, 6% on their money right now, like putting in a CD or something like that. But those rates will come down too. So I mean, there's like a trade off. But when people can borrow money for cheaper, they buy houses, they buy cars, they put money into the economy. You know, and right now people aren't necessarily doing that. But I have people and I have clients of mine that literally are waiting, like literal waiting for interest rates to come down before they purchase a home. And I literally tell them that what you should do is buy the house now. And they look at me like I'm crazy. But the thing is, you're gonna pay a higher interest rate if you bought a house now. That's true, right? You're gonna pay whatever, 8% on the house. Problem though is when you wait for the interest rate to come down. Now there's more competition, right? Because now more people are in the market for it. So supply and demand. So you might get that interest rate lower, but you're going to pay more for the house now. As to where if you'd have just paid for the house now and got the interest rate, you could have just refinanced later and saved yourself money on the back end and paid less for the house. But people don't look at it that way. You know what I mean? Everybody's always about the interest rate, the interest rate, the interest rate, the interest rate. You know what I mean? But when there's more competition, you're going to spend more anyways. So just a little tip: if you're in the market for a house, just go. When you find a house and you can afford it, buy it. Just buy it, and you can always refinance later. But yeah, like you said, like sneakers gonna go up. Yeah, and I started talking about that. So like with the sneakers though, it's never gonna be what it once was, man, and it shouldn't be because like that was insane. That was like literal like a bubble that burst and it had to burst because it was insane, bro. Like if you think about it, if you remember, if you lived through it the way that we did, I mean, we would tell you, man, like we couldn't get sneakers and everything was going for stupid amounts of money. I mean, if you look at all those Jordan ones, think about all those Jordan ones that sold from 2020 to 2022. All those Jordan ones that they dropped, and they were $500, $400. If those sneakers dropped today, they would be going for below retail. They would be going for below retail. And the reason why those sneakers like Jordan 1s did so well is great. It's a nice shoe. A lot of us love Air Jordan 1s. I mean, I'm wearing a pair of Jordan 1 highs right now. You know what I mean? Like I still mess with them, right? But those were the cheaper out of the whole retros, right? Like the Jordan 1s was what 170 in those ones. Yeah, I think they were 170 then. They were 170 reselling for 500. You know what I mean? Like no wonder why people were boughting out the whole thing, man. You know what I'm saying? They was making money, like hand over fist doing that. Same thing with the dunks. Dunks were what, $90, $80, $100, like after like they got popular. And those were reselling for the same amounts of money, man. It was an easy flip. You know what I mean? If you had a couple of $100, man, you could have turned that into a couple of $1,000. You know what I mean? Depending on what shoe you got. So, that bubble had to burst. Do I think it's going to be like that? No, but what I do think is going to happen is you're going to start seeing some of these other shoes that I think, like for example, Lost and Founds. I think you'll start seeing those go up. Some of these other kind of like sneakers that sort of been sitting for below where you think they probably could have been at, I think you're going to start seeing those increase in value. Some of these other releases that are going for below retail, I'm not saying that those are going to be worth money, you know, but like some of these other ones that are worth it, you're going to start seeing those go up. Some of it in next year with the way that they have everything going, man, like it's set up perfectly for like I hate to say it like this, but it's set up perfectly for like the sneaker resale market to bounce back because of what they're releasing. And if they don't release a ton of some of those releases, it's going to drive the prices high because a lot of those sneakers are very, 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 very sought after. I mean, even if they're not to you personally, like a Flu Game 12, if they don't make 200,000, 300,000 of those, if they only make like 100K, man, that's going to be that sneaker is going to that's going to do well, as far as resale goes. But you're going to start seeing some of those go back up. Next year is going to be a big year for Jordan Brand. It's going to be a big year for the sneaker community. All the way around, man. Like you're going to see a lot of things, good or bad, happen next year. And it's going to be an exciting one. Definitely something I'm looking forward to. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to paying these prices. I'll tell you that. I'm not looking forward to paying some of these prices that they're going to be charging us. Are they going to raise the price of the Jordan 11? Like somebody told me, I think it was my video yesterday. Somebody said rumor is, and I didn't hear this rumor, but he was like, "Oh, Jordan 11s will be $300." I'm like, ugh. I could see it in a few years. I could see that happening in a few years, but not anytime soon. Like they'll probably just hit us with. They just keep hitting us with that that $5 here, $10 there. Oh, this is really special, so we're gonna charge you a bunch of money for this one, and then but it's gonna be an interesting time, man. Can you say that Travis Trophy Room is easy to cop? Do you even have a fair shot? I don't know what you mean by Travis Trophy Room, but no Travis Scott is ever easy to cop unless no one wants it. And if it was like the Air Force One thing that he dropped that no one wants, like that was easy. But the Travis Jordan 1, never really easy to get. I've hit on a couple of them, and I tell you what, it's not easy. It's not easy. Do you have a fair shot? You have as much of a fair shot as anybody else, but they're always limited. They're always worth money. So even if people don't even like the shoe, they're still trying to get it to resell it. You know what I mean? So you're in competition with everybody for a Travis Scott. It's just his stuff might be the absolute hardest to get when it comes to Jordan 1s. Those Jumpman Jacks, those were tough to get. Yeah, it just really depends, man. Like you just gotta put in all the work you can and hope for the best, man. That's all it is. It's more about getting lucky than anything else. You know what I mean? It's just more about getting lucky. Unless you're willing to pay for it. Unless you're willing to pay big money for it. Berg said he hit on Discord today, man. Congrats, bro. Congrats. Investing, you have to play the long game. Yeah, man. If you're gonna do stock market, do S&P 500 and call it a day. Just keep putting money in it over and over and over again, and by the time you're ready to retire, you'll have a bunch of money. I've never hit a pair of Almos on their website or Nikes. Size 12 seems impossible. Yeah, that size 12, man. That's always gonna be that's that money size. So, and there's a lot of people that wear 12, so that's always a tough one to cop. Travis Scott raffles, wasted people's time. Yeah, his website is. But taking a closer look here, so inside the insole, get the while you were sleeping, really nice. Quilted sock liner right there. This is the On My website, by the way. And you can explore the sneaker in 3D. I mean, it's a nice shoe. I mean, that leather's probably buttery. The materials on there are probably really, really nice. Like most A Ma Maniere releases do get the Nike Air on the back. But for me, if I can only get one, I would get the Black Cement 3 over this. I'm not saying I'm not copping this sneaker though, so like don't come at me if I cop this sneaker and I show you in the video that I did that I said I wasn't gonna cop. I just said I wasn't sure. And if I had to pick one, it would be the black cement. Yeah, a shot of the box right there. Their packaging is always good. A shot of the outsole with the stars and stuff. Lace tips say harder. See, it's like the little details, like the little stuff that they do, man. Like that's what it's like. It's classy. You know what I mean? Like they don't like make it just like big and bold. Like they just do like these little classy things here or there, just little touches. You know. Maybe I should enter this raffle. Let's see what it says. Yeah, 225 is retail, then 563 for the EQL fee, and doesn't say how much shipping is. I don't think, but normally it's $25 for the United States. The product will not ship until after the official 820 release. Due to the nature of the materials, each pair may slightly differ in appearance. Leather, suede, and nubuck upper. All sales are final. Low top sneaker, leather upper, suede overlays around the toe and heel counter, perforated suede, eyelet panels and collars, synthetic TPU heel, tab insert with embossed logo, motif at the center, front lacing, grain leather, tongue with an embroidered logo motif at the center, composite foam midsole with an exposed air unit at the heel. I mean, it's not a bad shoe at all. It's worth $250 though. Let me know, chat. It's worth $250. 3 lacing options: cream, like a burgundy, and a black. Work harder on the lace tips. Work harder. Got a hang tag. There's the box. That's a nice shoe. What do you think the average retail price will be on most shops in 225? I think it's going to be like 210, 215, probably 215. I'm loving the sneaker market, and most shoes are affordable. Adidas and Born and Raised SB easily $1,500 sneaker if they came out into probably. If the Fed cut rates, it will make inflation worse, so they won't cut unless there is a financial crisis, which might be coming because of the yen carry trade imploding. So you're right. You're right to an extent. If they do cut the rates, it would make inflation worse if they cut those rates like a year ago. So supposedly, and I know about money and I know about finance and know about economics to an extent, but like, dude, they manipulate the market in such ways that like, you know what I mean? You sort of have to let the government do what the government does because like they do what they do, right? And whatever they do like directly affects us. So supposedly inflation has come down to a level to where I think it was down 3% last month or something like that, which doesn't sound like a lot, but like 3%, is a decent amount. But they said it came down 3%, so that they can start cutting rates. So they can cut it slightly in September. But if it continues on that trajectory, then that means going into the presidential election and then the changeover of the president into January, they could then again cut the rates, which would definitely improve it. But like, even if they cut it, dude, even if they cut those rates a little bit, like they increase the rates and increase the rates and increase the rates and increase the rates. Like a mortgage interest rate used to average out to be like 3.8%, and now it's like 8. You know what I'm saying? Like they just kept raising the rate and raising the rates and raising the rates and raising the rates and raising the rates, and they were doing that to combat inflation and so on and so forth. Because if you guys remember, like all those stimuluses, they just pretty much injected a bunch of money into the economy while the economy was at a standstill. Like people weren't working, except for if you were essential, or you're a medical worker, or you worked in food, or you drove a truck, or you did something, you were deemed essential, but everything else was at a standstill. Everything else was at a standstill. So things weren't being bought and sold at the same, rates. And they just injected all this like money into the economy. And that's why the inflation went as crazy high as it did. But it is what it is, man. Like you just gotta let the government do what the government does, and hopefully at some point, man, like we can live a more affordable life, because things are just way too expensive anymore, man. Just everything is just ridiculously high. Just everything. That's why the resale game was on fire in 2020. Government was pumped. Yep. Marcus said more rounds of Discord W's going out. I just got the dub. Let's go, bro. Let's go. I guess you're not going to be camping out now. Hey, salute to you, Marcus, man. Happy for you, bro. Yep, concert tickets. Yep. I was saying that. Sneaker game is not the same. Overpriced, not fun anymore, man. Like, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, man. It's not that it's necessarily not fun anymore. There's nothing that the releases aren't as good, right now. And like even like this sneaker right here, man, it's cool. I like it. We're only hyped up about it because ain't nothing else going on. Like is that the thing? Because like if there was something else going on, or a couple other things going on around this time or coming up soon, like would people care about this sneaker as much? I don't know. Maybe not. And I think that is one thing that Jordan Brand and Nike, like, I think they recognize. That's why 2025 is ridiculously loaded. Like, they have to get people. They have to give the people what they want. They have to get excitement, But I know what you're saying, man. I know what you're saying. It's like I'm not really excited about this release to the point to where I gotta have it, and you know what I mean. And I'm just like I can't wait. You know what I mean? Like I get what you mean. It's like the excitement, like there has to be a connection, I get what you're saying. And the overpriced stuff, bro, it's like we're just living in that time, man. We're living in that time where, things are expensive, and they're going to keep raising the price. We're going to keep paying it. So they're going to keep raising it. The only way that they'll drop the prices is if we just stop buying it, but that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, what are you going to do? Only thing you can do is, just be selective and just buy what you like, and, the stuff that gets you excited, make sure that those are the releases that you go for, and the ones that, you're not as excited about. See, that's another thing too. Like, we got into this mindset because, before pre-COVID, a sneaker would come out, and if it was like really, 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 really dope and meant a lot to you, yeah, you would go on the computer or whatever, or on your phone, buy the shoe, or like go to the store and try to get it or whatever. But then like the way that, like, when COVID happened, it conditioned us to where we feel like at 11 or 10 o'clock in the morning, right? We have to be there. We have to get it because it's going to be gone, right? It conditioned us to that, right? And and nowadays, like, you unless it's like a big release or something, or like a very popular type release, like, you don't even really need to do all that, man. Like, you don't even need to be there at 10 o'clock. You know what I mean? Like, you go to the store later or pick it up, on Nike.com later on at nighttime, or you can, buy it off Goat in a month for under retail, or even that same day for under retail, or even before the release comes under retail. But like, it conditioned us to where there's people literally out there that, like, will show up for a release in this current day and time, right? Because they're so conditioned to that got him screen that, like, they'll put in for a sneaker, get the got him screen, and then immediately cancel the sneaker. There's literal people that do that every single release, man. Because we are just conditioned. It's like your phone. Like, you look at your phone, 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 you put your phone away. You give it a minute, you look around, right? All of a sudden you have that urge, oh, I gotta look at my phone again. Oh, I felt you know what I mean? It's just like, we're conditioned to these things. And that was one of the things that I think a lot of people got conditioned to, like, be up at 10 and try to get the sneaker and all that. But, like, the move now is to, like, not even buy the sneaker when it comes out. Like, unless it's a collab or like a very hype release or something like that, like, you don't even need to be there. Like, what was it? The Olympic sixes, man, like, those going for below retail. They just released last week. They going for below retail. Like, so, if you would have showed up right at 10, you're taking an L in a way, because you're paying more for the sneaker, buying it from Nike, than just waiting it out and getting it for a cheaper price. The move now is to wait it all out. Is it going to stay like that? Is it going to stay like that? I don't think so. Not in 2025. But the problem with 2025 is, like, all the other releases that are surrounding all the hype stuff, that stuff's going to sit. When they release, like, a brand new Air Jordan 7 colorway, dude, no one's going to care about that. No one's going to care about that. And it's because they don't do any work. They make a sneaker, they design it, they send it to a factory, they put it on the app, and they just hope that people buy it. There's no story, there's no connection, there's no nothing. And that's, like, where, if they want to sell us new stuff, they have to build connection. They have to build stories. They have to get us interested. You know what I mean? Shattered backboards, we all want that. They don't need to do nothing. Flu Game 12s, they don't got to do nothing. Those releases, they're going to sell no matter what. It's all this other stuff. You know what I mean? You want to sell a new Jordan 13 colorway? Dude, you got to make people want it. You got to put it on athletes and rappers and actors, and you have to get people interested. You know what I mean? Like, you remember, what was it, when that movie Air came out and Ben Affleck was wearing those knockoff Travis Scott Chicago's? Dude, people were so interested in that sneaker, they didn't even care that it was a fake, UA or whatever you want to call it. It was a fake shoe. People didn't even care. All they knew is that Ben Affleck had it on. Like, they need to do more, and like, and I'm not just saying what I'm about to say because I'm a content creator, but, like, that's another thing. Like, they make a lot of money probably off of the backs of content creators here on YouTube, which is fine, and then they do send some stuff out to some of the bigger guys once in a while. But, like, Nike and Jordan Brand, they used to send stuff to content creators all the time, back in the day. And then they stopped doing that altogether. You know what I mean? Like, if they sent me or somebody like me, um, some of these other releases, like, I would review them. I'd put them on feed. I'd show you what but, like, and I'm not saying that we don't have content creators that go out and buy every release or whatever, but, like, they just need to do more. They need to do more of something if they want some of these other things to sell. But just making it, throwing it up on the app. Hey, new Jordan 7. Okay. Somebody like me, I'm a little bit older than some of the newer people coming in, right? I have all the good Jordan 7s, like, why do I need that Jordan 7? And the person that just got into the sneaker game is not even interested in that one either. You know what I mean? Because they have no connection to that Jordan 7. So like you have to build connections, you have to build excitement, you have to build some kind of interest for that stuff. But all the hype stuff, everybody's all in on that, man. We all want that. We all love that stuff. I know someone that made 165,000 profit in Taylor Swift tickets. Oh man, that's insane. I hope he's paying his taxes. Soul Priority said 225 is a reseller's dream. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know, man. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait. Like I said, 2025 is gonna be interesting in so many different ways. So many different ways. There's a narrative. There's gonna be a lot of different side kind of narratives to 2025 when it comes to sneakers. It's gonna be interesting year. I'm looking forward to it. I know you already spoke about it, but I doubled up on the black toe lows also. I'm still surprised how those are so low, dude. That's such a dope shoe. Like if you don't have them, get them, and if you don't want them, I understand that. But like it's a dope shoe. It's cheap. Dan the man underscore iron lungs making 40,000 every 9 months. Putting my money in a certificate of deposit. Invest if you can. If you can, do wonders for your life. Oh yeah. Yeah, you should always be putting your money to work for you. The more your money works for you, the less you have to work for it. Scurvy Bird Life said, I'm not pressed because I really like the Black Cement 3s, and the AMA 3s won't go high for resale because AMA is more accessible nowadays. Any Kobe's dropping on 824? I'm not sure. I'm sure something's going to happen. Yayo said, I hit a trophy room for the away pair. They don't call me the small foot of assassin for nothing. Bro, you get everything all the time. Lowrider said shipping is now $16 from A Ma Maniere. Okay. Like I said, I remember it was $25 last time I got something from there. KB Kicks in the building. What's good? With tax and everything, my shipping would have been $246. Super K said I was deemed essential during COVID and I wasn't feeling it all. Me too, bro. I was deemed essential too. And at the time, I actually had a different job than where I work now, and it was horrible. But I still went every day. You know, made the best of it. Just got an email from Omar. Got a W on a size 12 men's. Let's go. First raffle on a 3. There you go, man. Congratulations. Look, this is my girl's birthday tomorrow. I've been saying happy birthday a lot, really. So I keep saying happy birthday, but congratulations. Hey, LA Height, reverse metallic 5s or retail right now in some sizes 4 months. Or dude, I saw that, man. I saw that. Yeah, the what do they call them? The reverse black metallics. They drop in December, and a lot of sizes are like at retail plus the fees. So, you can pay like $230, $240 or something like that for them to get them 4 months early. It ain't bad. It's a decent shoe. But black metallics will drop in 2025. So do you need that? Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the question. But yeah, 4 months early, the prices ain't bad for that. I saw that. Sneakerhead from LA said, W still going on for AMA 3s. Just received my email at 5:03. There you go. Congrats, man. Glad to see the W's. I'm glad to see people hitting here, man. That's really, really cool, man. Shout out to all 65,000 of y'all that are here, been rocking out with me for the last hour and 40 minutes. I appreciate you guys. And it's good to see you guys getting W's and, you know what I mean, on stuff that you guys want. That's really, really cool. Lifter CB, formerly known as Sledge, said a hit on the A Ma Maniere Discord. Man, congrats, Sled or Lifter CB. Congrats, man. That's really awesome. Let's see. Did they have the other sneakers for the collection? All right, let me. Yeah, so they announced 6 shoes involving Nike and Jordan Brand and Converse. And here's the sneakers. Yep, cool on those. Good on them. Good on them. Listen, I know some of you guys are gonna be mad at me when I say this, man, but like, I don't like Air Max 95s because they always look like Skechers to me, bro. Like, I know that they're not. I've just never been a fan of them. The Air Force Ones ain't too bad. But this Jordan 4 right here, this is the best one out of all of them, in my opinion. Those 39s are dope. I'd go for them if I would ever wear them. Robert Utah, what's up, man? I ain't seen you in a minute. How you been? Yeah, I like Air Max 90s a lot. I like Air Max 90s a lot. Still seeing W's go out for the Oh, Daddy C just messaged my group chat and said that he just got a W. Salute to him, man. Let's see. He sent me a screenshot. Let me see what it says. Reserved for you, the women's A Ma Air Jordan 3 while you were sleeping. Discord only. Congrats, DS, if you're in the chat. Ghost watching. I'll definitely go for the 4s. Yeah, the 4s definitely. I'm glad to hear you're doing well, bro. I ain't seen you in a while. Top shelf. I think those 4s are so ugly and too similar to the old 4s they did. They are similar. But I actually think they're. I used to think that they were worse, but the more and more and more I looked at them, I actually think that they're better than the original 4s. Mario checking in. What's up, man? Salute. Sneakerhead from LA. What's your next live cop so I can tune in? I go live on Friday nights. If there's like a decent release on like a Saturday morning, sometimes I'll go live for like that or whatever, do like a live cop type thing. But like we haven't. I think the last one I went live for was like one of the Travis's or one of the Kobe's, one of the Kobe releases. Tomorrow we're getting the Air Jordan 11 diffused blue. Like that's not really like a big release or anything like that. So and tomorrow's my girl's birthday. But yeah, it just really depends. If it's a big release on a Saturday, definitely. Monday through Friday, I work in the daytime, so I can't really go live during the week. But that's why I drop videos, and then every Friday night, we show up and do this. But yeah, man, it's good to have you here, man. I appreciate that. All the support. Sneakerhead from LA. Super K said, "Y'all stay away from my 4s." Nah, bruh. Nah, chill. No, we copping those. We copping those. They should have did an Air Max 1 instead of 95. I agree. I've actually had a newfound love for the Air Max 1. I was always mainly a 90 guy, but like I've been getting in the Air Max 1s this like I don't know, maybe like probably towards the tail end of last year and into this year. I like Air Max ones. Like they're not as comfortable as the 90s. But I like the look of them a lot on feet. I like the way they look. Robert said, "Happy birthday to your lady." Hey, thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, but the rest of these, I'm good. This one's alright. The rest of them, yeah, I don't need that. When are they dropping the rest of these, anyways? They don't even say. They're celebrating their 10th anniversary this year, and all right, so there you go. But anybody going after those Jordan 11s in the morning? Super K said, "I want the whole pack." I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there might be people that go and buy all 6 shoes. I will not be one of them. I read somewhere that there may be a surprise 7 shoe of the collection. Well, then it's got to be. Then it's got to be the other 3. Let me Google that. I'm mad that that's not dropping. Yeah. Yeah. If it's a surprise, then it's got to be this one. Because if you look on Goat, they're already selling it. I have it saved. Hold on, let me find it. Yeah, $2,200 for my size for this shoe. So it would have to be this one, you would think, because what else could it be? So people are already selling the shoe. That means they already made it. I mean, there's the hang tag. Like I don't know, but this was the one that I was hoping. This was the one that I was gonna buy. Or I didn't even show you guys the shoe. Yeah, there's the Burgundy Crush right here. So it would have to be this one if there's a surprise 7th shoe. And like I said, they're already selling on Goat. They're $2,200, and every release calendar had both this and the black pair releasing at the same time. But that's not happening. And then they released the 6 shoes in the collection, and this isn't in it. So if there's a surprise 7th shoe, this would have to be it. But this is the one I want. But we'll see. We'll see. Happy birthday to your girl. Hey man, I appreciate you, man. Salute, man. Appreciate that. Average said definitely getting the 39s in the Converse. Man, I know you're gonna get them 39s, bro. I know you're gonna get them 39s. Go read James Whitner post from the other day. There are 7 shoes dropping. Yeah, I need that. I need that burgundy. I need this one. I need this one. And if you guys been watching, if you guys show up here on Fridays, you know I've been talking about this one for months. Mr. Simpson said, I think it could be the 17s. No, because they're dropping 17s. They're dropping 17s already. I mean, they're supposed to be dropping 17s. Pass. 2200 sounds like friends and family. Well, that's not necessarily true because the black pair was also $2,200. When they first showed up on the apps, I like put both in my favorites or whatever. Like I saved them, and they were both $2,200. You see like a lot of early pairs, like when there's some hype there, they always come out and they're always like $2,500, and then as you get closer to the release, like you'll see the prices like come way down. So that wasn't that weird to me to see him that high. But to like right now, like the black pair is $442 in my size. Obviously, that price is going to come down. But whenever I originally put them in on my save, like my favorites or whatever, like they were $2,000. But yeah, I mean, they could be friends and family. I don't know. Watch that be friends and family or Insta pairs super limited. Yeah, probably. I always like the stuff that I can't get or you can't get, and I don't know it. Jay Veal said, "Did you cop this Olympic sixes?" I did. I just ordered them the other day actually, but I got them for under retail. I didn't get them from Nike on release day. Hold on one second. What's up? Sandwiches. Nice. Sorry, my girl just bought me little sandwiches. Robert, those sound mad limited. Hmm. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. What else happened? I guess those off white canaries ain't coming out now. Who knows? But one thing that I did see, and we're gonna take a look at this for a minute, and I want to see what you guys think of this before I head off for the evening. Let me find a picture of it. I might have to go to Instagram. Oh, there you go. Um, did Z not put the Travis Fragment on there? Uh-huh. There's some kind of like mock-up, but this isn't the one that I saw. But we're getting another Travis Scott Fragment. This time in a Jordan 1 low, coming in 2025. And you haven't heard much from Fragment except for uh, a couple of handful of releases. The last time I even heard of Fragment doing anything, I think was the Travis Scott High and Low that dropped like 3 years ago. But this is kind of interesting because it's going to go crazy. But what do you guys think, man? You guys excited for a Travis Scott Jordan 1 low and Fragment collab? So that's three names on a shoe. That's Jordan, that's Travis, and Fragment. That's three names on a sneaker. So that's super hype beast type stuff. But the Travis Fragment ones that we got back in a couple years ago, that was, in my opinion, one of the best Travis Scotts. It's between that and the original brown joints, the mochas or whatever they're called, the mocha lows. Um, but that Fragment Jordan one, Travis one low, that's one of the best sneakers I've out of his whole everything he's ever done, in my opinion. So to get another one is something that like I would love to get, but you know how it's going to be. But you know what I'm saying, it's going to be tough. But I'm actually looking forward to this. Now this is just a mock-up, guys. Like it might not look like this, you know. But Fragment does do that blue. That's always like a thing, you know. But if it's anything at all like the other one, anything at all, even if they just reverse stuff on it or whatever, or even this one, I would still be cool with this. But the one that I saw was different. Like the one that I actually saw, I think I took a picture of it or a screenshot, and it looked better than the one that I have on the screen currently. I have to find it. Yeah. So the one that I saw was more like white and cream, and the only thing on it was the blue swoosh. But either way, we'll have to wait and see what it looks like for sure, for sure. But Soul Priority said the sample looks just like that. Yeah, I have to check that out. I have to look into that. But you know, every week, man, every week we get, hey Soul, when you gonna have these in, bro? um, you know, every week, you know, they just keep adding more to 2025. So and be something else to see what happens next week, see what else they're gonna add to the release calendar and stuff. But they're dropping a ton of Travis Scotts next year, a ton between the Jordan ones that are coming out. I mean, they got like what, two or three pink ones, um, a couple other ones, and then they got the Jumpman Jacks coming. There's a whole bunch of like I think there's something like 9 or 10 Travis releases next year, which is a lot. He said he probably already got it. No, he don't have them yet. He don't have them yet. He's like 2 or 3 weeks out from whenever they drop the news. But Soul will have them. Soul will definitely have them. It's hard to believe all those releases are going to happen next year, dude. It really is. It really is. It's like they have a hard enough time like keeping up with the release dates of like normal, like regular type releases. You know, they push back a lot of stuff. You know, shipments come in late, all that type of stuff. And you mean to tell me you guys are gonna release like 100 like really hype releases that everybody's looking forward to, and they're all gonna drop when they're supposed to drop? Nothing's getting pushed back. Nothing's gonna be moved into 2026. Like I just don't see it going flawlessly like that. Like there's just no way. You know, I think some of the stuff you're gonna see pushed into. I mean, Black Cat threes are dropping. I mean, bro, there's so many releases. There's so many things. Like you would think something got to get pushed into 2026. And if not, man, either way, it's going to be an expensive time for us. That's for sure, for sure. But we will see. The Midnight Navy ones highs look nice. They do. They do. You know, Chicago color blocking. That's another sneaker going for nothing. I think it drops next month. Good goat. That's grade school. $140 for these, bro. They ain't even out yet. I think they drop in September. Yeah, I mean this isn't bad, Brand. If you're a fan of Jordan 1s, man, like you can get some sneakers. This is a great back to school shoe too. Nice kind of like neutral type colors, like black, blue, white. Can't beat that. Mm. Actually, Soul Priority just sent me the sample pair. Dude, you know what? I actually saw these before. I saw these before. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's a cop. Yeah, that's a cop. Mm. Shout out to Soul Priority, man. Here, I'm gonna play the video he just sent me. Give me 1 second. All right, so here's the sample pair on feet. Got you, bro. Thank you, Soul. Yeah, people go effing crazy for these when they drop. I don't care what no one says, man. These will go. This release will go crazy. You know, it's nuts, man. It looks exactly like those, like kind of like those. I have to find them, but those metallic 85s that didn't drop this year. I mean, I have them. They're going for like $90. Very, very, very similar to these. Yeah, yeah, I'd cop these. Yeah, I think that's the dude from Fragment. I think, right? I don't know. What do you think, chat? Robert said, shouting out all the wonderful folks that hit that like button for my home. Man, I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate everybody hit that like button too. If you haven't already, man, please hit that like button. Black Toe 14s are a must for me. I need them rather than the White Thunders. Black Toe 14s is a must for me as well. I kind of feel like those might go for below retail though. That might be a wait and see type sneaker, but I don't know if I'll be able to do it for those because I really want those. Not me. Look like regular color Nike Kill Shot 2 with the upside down check. I hear you. Not all that impressive to pick. Cool. Well, we still got time for 2025, but when the time comes, man, like, everybody's all in on that no matter what. It's a Travis Jordan one. So, how it's going to be. Guys, listen, I'd like to thank you all for being here tonight, man. Thank you for being here and supporting and everything. And I appreciate it, man. I look forward to doing this every single Friday night. Everybody in the chat, man, that always, shows up and is respectful and thoughtful and just here to bust it up with each other. You guys are awesome, and I love you guys for that. Make sure you guys join the Free Sneaker Discord. I'll put a link after this is over at the top of the comment section to that, unless KB or Yayo or somebody wants to throw it in now. But I don't think the chat shows up on the replay, but I'll put it in the comment section whenever this drops as just like a regular for a replay and stuff like that. But you guys are the best, man. We'll have some content next week for the Amas and everything else. Whatever other type of videos and stuff. But there'll be some stuff coming out. And I want you guys to have a safe, happy weekend. And if you need me, you can always DM me on Instagram at James Myers Jr. I have the verified check, so it's me. And other than that, I'll see you guys on these YouTube streets and in Discord. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you all very, very soon. I'm out. Have a good night.